Hi, I'm Maxine's Cakes. I've been baking for now, nearly 40 years. Today I'm going to answer some of your dilemmas and issues that you're having when you're baking your cakes. The problem you're having, you're putting too much cake mixture in your tins. Yeah? So when you're going to put a cake mixture in a tin, just do it 3/4. Yeah? So, okay, you may have made a cake, you think, I've got so much mixture, I've got to get it all into the tin. Just do it 3/4 full, and then it shouldn't spill over your tin. If you've got extra mixture, you can make some little cupcakes with it. But that's most probably what's happening, putting too much mixture in your cake tin. Okay, with this issue that will come over time, is that when I first started baking, when I was really small, about 10, 7, whatever. But what you find over the years, you find your different ingredients, your different essences that you're going to use. Because if you look at anyone's recipe, it says flour, sugar, butter and eggs, and that can be quite bland. But what you can do is add your own flavours. So with time, just find some flavours that you like, some different essences, and even different sugars can give your cakes a different taste. Instead of caster sugar, you can use dark brown sugar, light brown sugar, and that gives it a different flavour, and it will enrich your taste of your cakes. You could be over beating it, over mixing it, yeah, because not every cake you've got to whip it, until it's, for a good 15-20 minutes. Not every cake mixture is like that. Some cakes you've got to fold in your mixtures gradually. Some cakes you've got to do your butter and sugar first, and then add in all your different ingredients. So make sure you're following your recipe precisely. A dense cake could have too much flour in it as well, yeah? Or it could be undercooked. That's why it's coming out dense and too heavy. So check your recipe properly and follow it. If it says to sieve your flour, it's telling you to sieve your flour for a reason. If it's asking you to put in a certain sugar, it's telling you to do that for a reason. Sometimes as bakers we tend to use what you got in the kitchen, and then we're disappointed with our cakes. But if you follow your recipe precisely, bake it at the right temperature that your recipe is suggesting for you, your cake should be fine. And send me a slice. One of the reasons for this, if you use too much baking powder, yeah, or too much baking soda in your cake, you find when it rises and you go to cut it, you find a lot of holes in the cake. But that's the most reason why you're going to have holes and tunnels in your cake. Either you use baking soda instead of baking powder, or you put too much baking powder in your cake. That's what's going to happen. If the cake's already baked and the holes are on the top, what you can do, you can also put some frosting on top of the cake, yeah, or some icing. There's nothing wrong with the texture of the cake or the taste of the cake. All it is the rising agent. You put too much rising agent in there. So if it's a cake you want to present it, you're going to you're having some friends over for dinner and you're really concerned about the holes at the top of your cake, just put some frosting on top of the cake and it'll be fine. It'll still taste really, really nice. I think the problem you're having, if a cake is tough, you're over mixing your ingredients, yeah? I know sometimes you're busy, want to get things done quickly, but if you use a hand mixer on a low speed and mix it in, that'll be fine. Sometimes people add too much flour to their cakes as well, and that's why it's a bit tough. You've got too many dry ingredients in there, yeah? So take your time, sing a little song, mix it in, yeah, and you have a nice mixture for your cake, yeah. And when you go to bake it as well, bake it on a low heat, yeah, and you get a nice even bake on your cake, and you should be fine with that. Taking it that you're trying to crumb coat a cake or put some frosting on a cake, if you put your frosting on too thinly, you're going to get the crumbs when you start to ice the cake. So the best method is to get quite a bit of the icing on your spatula and put it on the middle of the cake and then gently spread it across the cake. Put the spatula in some hot water, yeah, and then add some more icing, some more frosting to your cake. If you put more than you need on the cake, it stops you from getting the crumbs on the cake. Yeah. So if you do that, put a lot of icing on top and spread it out evenly, and put your spatula in hot water before you put the next batch of frosting around, and actually help you not getting any crumbs in your frosting when you're covering the cake. Thanks for tuning into Maxine's Cakes. It's been great answering all your questions. If you've got any more dilemmas about your cakes, issues in the kitchen, don't be shy, just drop them in the comments and I'll get right back to you.